We're back with animation supervisor Spencer Cook.
An animation supervisor is in charge of supervising the entire team of animators for an animated film or a live-action film with animated sequences. Spencer Cook earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film and Video Production from the School of Visual Arts in New York City. Mr. Cook began his career as a stop-motion animator before transitioning into digital animation and joining Sony Pictures Imageworks in 1999.
Hi, I'm Spencer Cook, animation supervisor for Men in Black 3. You're watching Made in Hollywood, Teen Edition. Now here's a scene from Men in Black 3.
Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
Flacco, you know you're not supposed to be north of Canal Street.
Who is Flacco? Just relax, punk. You're looking for me, not you.
What were some of your responsibilities on Men in Black 3?
I'm responsible for overseeing the team of animators, and we bring the characters to life. And that involves bringing anything to life that is not shot on the set. We focus on trying to make an unreal creature seem like it's alive.
I want to get an actual picture in my mind, so let's talk about some of the characters that you created for this film.
There's a scene in the movie where Will Smith is struggling and fighting for his life against a gigantic alien fish.
3, 2, 1, go!
We looked at a lot of reference of different animals for how this thing could move, and we came to the conclusion that a walrus or a sea elephant is the best kind of creature for this because they're big and they're heavy and they're powerful, and we didn't necessarily copy it exactly, but it gave us a lot of good ideas for the weight and the power of this thing and how to make it feel like it's really in the room with Will Smith.
And it probably makes it easier for you to just do it digitally, right? Because you can change anything that you need.
Well, there's a fallacy, and that is that the computer makes things easier for artists to do this kind of work.
Does it not?
It does not.
It makes it more challenging?
No, it doesn't do anything. It just allows us to create bigger and better images, but it still requires a lot of work and a lot of talent and a lot of skill and a lot of time in thinking about how we're going to do this. And when we get a new animator in, if they're a young student and they've never seen Maya before, Maya is the software that we use here to animate with. It's much easier to teach them how to use the software than it is to teach them how to animate. So it's really important that a young person learns how to use body language and how to use facial expressions to convey an emotion. And so what that 11-year-old that you're talking about should be doing is looking at real life and watching how people move and watch how people interact with each other, how their expressions change, how a heavy person walks as opposed to a thin person. How does a young person sit as opposed to an old person? You know, and what are these postures and these body positions conveying? What kinds of emotions are they conveying? How does an angry person look? You know, how does a happy person look? And so look at that stuff and incorporate that into your animation.
Is there anybody here who's not an alien?
Can we have a minute?
Okay. Are you trying to blow my cover? Whoa, Andy Warhol's one of us?
You said that you were 11 when you realized that you wanted to do motion capture and animation. How exactly did you know that that was what you wanted to do?
There were two experiences that I had, and they were both in the movie theater. And I saw The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad from the great visual effects artist and animator Ray Harryhausen, and I saw the original King Kong from 1932. I was fascinated by the creatures and the giant monsters and the interaction with real people in these movies. And so as I got older, I searched out different material for these movies and discovered that there were people that actually did this for a living. And I thought, that's great, that's what I want to do. So by the time I was 11 years old, I was using my dad's Super 8 camera, and I was making little short animated films, and I was trying to emulate what I was seeing on the big screen and trying to recreate a lot of that stuff. And that just continued until I went to film school and then started working as a stop motion animator, and then just transitioned into what I'm doing today.
Are there any personal qualities that you think a young aspiring filmmaker should have if they wanted to succeed not only in animation but in the industry?
Perseverance is a good one. You really have to stick with it. It's important to know exactly what you want, and that's not always easy when you're young. So it's probably a good idea to try out different things. If you don't know exactly what you want, but you know you want to be in the movie industry in some way, you should really find out, you know, as much as you can about it, and then try to hone in on exactly what it is you want to do.
Okay.
How do you know my name?